इत्यग्निं प्रतिष्ठापनं समर्पयामि नमः। ओम अदितेन मन्यस्व, ओम मनमदेन मन्यस्व, ओम सरस्वतेन मन्यस्व, ओम देवसविधप्रसुवा, ओम ज्ञानान्त्वात्पदिकं ववामहे कविं कवीनागुभमस्रवत्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनस्र ह्रीं ग्लां ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानये स्वाहा। ॐ ह्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानये स्वाहा। ॐ ह्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लां ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानये स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिह बन्धनात् भृत्योर्मुक्षेजमामृतात् स्वाहा। ओम यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिह बन्धनात् भृत्योर्मुक्षेजमामृतात् स्वाहा। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे पत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम ज्ञानाम्बिकायै विद्महे महातपायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्यो मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं धम सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्यो मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरांतकारी भानुद्दति भूमिसुतो बुधस्ते गुरुश्च
शनि राहु केतव सर्वे ग्रह
शांतिकरा भवन्तु स्वाहा।
श्री राम जय राम
जय जय।
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
There's no humming yet.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram।
श्री राम राम नाम गुण गाले भाई मौजा ही मौजा। राम 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 सीता राम 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 नाम गुण गाले भाई मौजा ही मौजा। राम मीरा ने गाया राम नाम मीरा ने गाया। विष प्याले तू श्यामनु पाया विष प्याले तू श्यामनु पाया। रज रज दर्शन पाले भाई मौजा ही मौजा। रज रज दर्शन पाले भाई मौजा ही मौजा। सिय राम मैं सब जग जानी करहूं प्रणाम जोरी जुग पान। रज रज दर्शन पाले राम नाम गुण गाले भाई मौज ही मौज। राम नाम भिल्लनी ने गाय बेरा नाल राम निझाया। बेरा नाल राम रिझाया। धन भिल्लनी के भाग जाके राम घर आए। राम को अपने रिझाले, राम को अपने रिझाले, भाई मौज ही मौज, राम नाम गुण गाले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। श्री राम जय जय, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय। राम नाम महावीर ने गाया, प्रणवों पवन कुमार, प्रणवों पवन कुमार। जासु हृदय आगार, बसहि राम सर चाप धर, जासु हृदय आगार, बसहि राम सर चाप धर। राम नाम महावीर ने गाया, सीने अंदर राम दिखाया, सीने अंदर राम दिखाया। राम को दर्शन पाले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। राम को दिल में बसा ले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। राम को दिल में बसा ले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। राम नाम द्रौपदी ने गाया, राम नाम द्रौपदी ने गाया, साड़ी बिच्छू श्याम ने पाया, श्याम के दर्शन पाले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। राम नाम गुण गाले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। राम नाम गुण गाले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। राम नाम धन्य ने गाया, खेता बीज बिना ही उगाया, खेता बीज बिना ही उगाया। राम नाम दो बीज है, सावन भादो माह। राम नाम धन्य ने गाया, खेता बीज बिना ही उगाया, नाम को ज्योत जगा ले, राम की ज्योत जगा ले, भाई मौज ही मौजा। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय।
बजाए. हेलो, ठीक है. At this time of Shraddha, Pitipaksh, we welcome all of you to Puja this morning. And we ask that wherever Pitras are, hopefully they will listen to us, hear our prayers, and bless us. That's one way. Secondly, we pray that wherever they are, may they be warm, may they be happy, may they have something to eat, may they have something to drink. This is what the period of Pitru Paksha means. This time is a time given to us by the rishis, that we must pay our debt to our ancestors. So please let us join. Asangoham, 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 Puda Puda.
असंगोहम पुनः पुनः
Satchidanandarupoham
सच्चिदानंद रूपोहम
ahameva avavyaya.
अहमेवा हमाव्यया.
This prayer is telling you, unattached, 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 I am. Again and again. This morning's puja will be speaking about detachment. So, if we can do this prayer every morning, later on I'll tell you what detachment brings to us. Asangoham, 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 Puda Puda, Satchidanandarupoham, ahameva havavyaya. Vadishtosmi nacha atpavede na bhakti maltva charanada bilde akincha ananya gati sharanya Tvatpadamulam sharanam prapadye. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
Guru hai Pura Prakash.
गुरु है पूर्ण
But if you don't have a guru, these are all your gurus. So when I say this prayer, it's all encompassing. Guru Sun, the sun is our guru. Chandra Guru, the moon is our guru. Guru Hai, Guru. Who is the guru? The guru is all light. Satchidananda Rupaya. Sakalam Parasmay Narayadaya Samarpayami.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai, Guru hai Pura Prakash.
Please look at the translation of the prayer. Kayena vacha manase deyava. You don't need anything more than this. Look at this translation. Kayena vacha manase deyava. Buddhyat parava prakrite svabhava. Karomi yatyat sakalam Parasmay Narayana Samarpayami. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhus cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya davinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama
Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai, गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
Krishna Parapal Kajapal Jaralte Advaiva Vishatuma Dasarajansa Prana Prayana Samaye Kafavata Pitte Kathavaro Dharavidhau
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश। जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Time of Navratri, so we do this so we in prime for what next Monday. Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai 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 Durge Maiya, Bole.
जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
बोलो जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Aur se sab koi Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
बोलो जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
जय अम्बे मैया,
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah
जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया। जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
Jai Ambe Maiya, Jai Jai Durge Maiya.
जय अम्बे मैया, जय जय दुर्गे मैया।
This very rich person wanted everything to be fast forward. So he went to his Guruji. I told his Guruji, I don't know why, but I am lamenting so much of depression in my life. I have everything. House, car, this, that. But lamentation is the essence of my life. How can I get rid of this lamentation? So the Guruji says, you listen to Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita will take away this lamentation from you. So he said, there are 18 chapters. How long? He's asking the Guruji, how long will it take? So he said, it will take 15 days. 1-5. He said, Guruji, you have rapid reading these days. You have YouTube, and you can Zoom, and all these things. You can't compress 15 days. He says, okay, we'll do it in 1 day. Chapter 18. He says, 1 day is too long. He says, okay, we'll do it in 3 hours. This is echoing too much, isn't it? So he said, we'll do it in 3 hours. In one verse. Sarva dharman pratijay mabekam sharanam braja. He said 3 hours too much. He said, listen to me. Just to the last part of the verse. Ma shucha. Sarva dharman pratijay mabekam sharanam braja. Aham sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shucha. Which means, put all your trust in me and detach yourself from everything else. He said, this will give you liberation. So he went and tried it, but he could not. Why? He did not have the discipline. You cannot become spiritual unless you have the discipline. And this is what Navratri is about. Navratri is about discipline. Discipline for what? I think I should use the other mic. Discipline is, what kind of discipline? It says, in Navratri, there are 9 days. And those 9 days, you have to be so disciplined that you try to keep fast, not of the body. This is where we mistake the fasting. We fast the body and think we're okay. No! People say, oh, Navratri time I only drink water. That's fine. That's fine. Because by fasting, you withdraw the senses. That's good. But you can't fast the body alone. You have to fast the mind. And there is where we make the big mistake. You go Panditji, Pandit say keep fast, or Guruji say keep fast. Yes, that's okay. You can't fast the body only. You got to fast the mind. And during Navratri, what do you try to develop? You try to develop the factor that I'm a divine soul. And when you say I'm a divine soul, you have to. You see where we are different from the other Semitic religions? Sorry, I have to go off on a little tangent here. Other Semitic religions says that God is separate from us. God is separate from the creation. Our Dharma says God is in us. God is part of us. Ishwara Jeev, Ansha, Abhinasi. God is within us. And if God is within us, then we must try in our lifetime, if not this lifetime, another lifetime or another lifetime, try to discover the divinity within us. So how do we know? How do we know when we discover that divinity within us? How will we know that? We know that when wherever we are, we emit or we send forth divine thoughts or good thoughts. Don't forget about divine. We send forth good thoughts, and the test is when someone criticizes you or do not speak well of you, you wish him well still. And this is where the difficulty is for us. How can we wish someone well who is speaking ill about us? But the greatest friend you must have is a friend who criticizes you the most. Because when he criticizes you the most, and you listen to what he says, or not listen to what he says, but you don't get upset by it, it's a test that divinity has come into your heart. Because you see, all our life belongs to all those who contributed to making us what we are. Our lives, it depends upon all those who contributed to make us what we are. Our parents, Pitripaksh, the good Lord, they are all part of our existence. Don't feel that your parents are not part of it. Our parents are part of our existence. So the very first step is to acknowledge, appreciate, and be grateful. To who? Grateful to our parents, grateful to the Lord for giving us rain, grateful to the Lord for giving us this earth. This is where we can know, when we are grateful like this, it means that we are realizing that divinity within ourselves. Navratri is not only that. Navratri is for us to energize ourselves. Energize ourselves. No, let us, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupera Sanstita. Shankaracharya was going on his way to have a bath. 4 o'clock in the morning, he and his disciples from Banaras. And those of us who know what Shankaracharya teaches, he teaches that this whole world is Brahman. This world is false. Only Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. So while he was going, he saw a lady sitting just before he could get to the ghat with a dead body on her lap. And she was wailing and crying. And when Shankar says, "Why are you crying? This person is dead. Why are you crying so much?" She started to cry more. And then she said to him, "You say this whole world is Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. Why don't you enliven this my husband?" So he said, "How can I enliven your husband? Your husband died, everybody has to die." She said, "You believe so? You don't have the Shakti to enliven this person?" He says, "No." He closed his eyes and started to meditate, and when he opened his eyes, you know what he saw? He saw an 8-armed lady in front of him, riding upon a lion, and she is known as Yog Maya. Every deity you see in this temple, Lord Brahma, Mother Sita, they are not Lord Brahma and Mother Sita as such. They are two different people. They are one. One gives the Shakti to the other so that they can do their work. It's called Yog Maya. Brahma and Saraswati, Radha and Krishna, Shiva and Parvati. And that Parvati is telling us that this is the time for us to develop that energy within us. Develop, energize ourselves. There's no point you go and pray when you come here and you're praying in front of the Divine Mother and you're saying, oh God, I wonder what is happening to my home. I wonder if I left the stove on. I wonder if I put the alarm on. I wonder if I do. Your mind is all over the place. You know what? This gentleman, he was praying in his puja room. While he's praying in his puja room, living in a joint family, he's asking his daughter-in-law, has my shoes come from the cobbler yet? Mochi, has the shoes come from the... She said, no. He didn't want to. Oh, Bahu, daughter-in-law, how come the shoes has not come from the cobbler yet? So she said, well, I don't know, but we'll find out. So one person come, a visitor come and ask, is your father-in-law at home? You know what she said? He's not at home. He's in the cobbler's shop. There's where he is. You can go and find him there. And that is what our mind does to us. So we cannot energize ourselves. We come and we pray to the Divine Mother, and that's the way we come, the same way we go back. We have to come wherever, if it is in your puja room even if it is in your puja room also, whatever temple, doesn't matter. You must come back with a different energy. Even temporary, you must feel good, energized. And when you feel energized, you know the Divine Mother is there with you. Because God has no ears, but
He listens.
He has no eyes,
He sees.
He has no mouth. That is how we give hope to the Lord. And in Balkan, just above Doha 118, there's a very beautiful chaupai. 118 tells us about how the Lord walks without feet. So when you come and you see, why am I telling you this? Because when you come and you see the mother of the lion, you see Lord Shiva, you say, oh, this is just a piece of stone. Is that right? A piece of stone, how can we worship this? Our inferior thoughts only take us inferiorly. We have to have energetic thoughts. We have to have divine thoughts. And this is why I'm going to read this chaupai to you to show you how the Lord is described. Chaupai.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
बिना पैर को चलता है और बिना कान को सुनता है और बिना हाथ के नाना प्रकार के कर्म करता है, बिना मुंह जिह्वा के ही सारे चहो रसों को भोगता है और बिना बाणी के बहुत योग्य वक्ता है। Who is the Lord? The Lord is one. He has no mouth but he speaks. He has no tongue but he tests. He has no feet. This is your God in Hinduism. When the forget about non-Hindus. Hindus, they will tell you, oh, you go to the temple, you worship the stone, you tell them who your God is. Tell them. Go to Balkan and read. You tell them what the God is. But why don't we have a God like that here? Because I told you about our mind just now, being in the cobbler's shop, the man who was asking about the shoes, he's doing puja, but where is his mind? In the cobbler's shop. You don't want your mind to be there. That is why the rishis and the saints and sages has given us this. No matter how many books you read, sir or madam, no matter how many books you read, you cannot attain that peace of mind, that tyag. There was once a gentleman, pray to Lord Shiva, pray to Lord Shiva, pray to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was asking, what do you want? He says, Lord, instead of you giving me some material things now, that will pass. What I want. You know what he wants? Anybody? He wants the parasmari, the philosopher's stone. Instead of you giving me gold, give me something, when I touch it, it becomes gold. So Lord Shiva said, go to, there's a Goswami in Vrindavan. He's doing japa. You go there, ask him, he'll give it to you. So he went to the Goswami. He asked the Goswami, you have the paras? He said, yes. He said, well, Lord Shiva sent me to you. So anybody knows where the Goswami told him to go? Go in the manure heap and dig there. And dig till you find the paras. He went there and he dug. When somebody wanted paras, they would dig, you know what, anywhere. So he dug, and he found the paras. Found the paras, he went back to the Goswami. And he says, why did you get rid of this paras? And he said, this paras cannot give me shanti. I can get everything in this world, but this parasmari cannot give me And so the doha, beautiful doha says, Poti pada pada jag mua pandita bhayana ko jayakshara premaka padai so pandita ho.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram.
Poti pada pada jag mua pandita bhayana ko. Poti pada pada pandita bhayana ko. Doyakshara ka premaka padai so pandita ho.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram.
No matter how many books you read, there are two words that will give you all the satisfaction and peace in this world, and that is prem, love. Unconditional love. When we are attached to people, we cannot give unconditional love. You know why? When you are attached to someone, when they are depressed, what? Huh? You become depressed. When they hate, because you're attached to them, no? When they hate, oh, I hate this person. What do you say? Oh, yes, I hate too. Because you're attached. But when you are not attached, and when you are separate, then you can walk the path of glory. And you can be a person who is not affected by these things. Beholding the presence of that divinity everywhere. Isha was idam sarvam yet kinchit. I forget. Yet kinchit jagatam jagat teda tyaktena bunjita. It says, Ishavas Upanishad says, see, this is a very shloka of Bhagavad, was a very favorite shloka of Bhagavad. And he says, everywhere I go, I see you, I see you, I see you only. And what happens then? When I do and I perform anything, Karatat Karata tha so kyo kiya ab kari kyo pachitaye boya per babhula ka am kaha se.
Ay, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram.
So for those of us who don't understand Hindi, karata tha so kyo kiya. When you do your things, abakare kyo pachitai. When you do your wrong things, now you're crying. You can't sow a tree of thorns and expect mangoes. In Navratri, what we do? We energize ourselves so we don't sow thorns. Karata tha so kyo kiya abakari kyo pachitai boya per babholaka am kaha se.
Bolo Ram, Bolo
let us, the Ratri is telling us, let us detach. It does not mean that you got to go to the Himalayas to do that. No. You be at home. Detach yourself means what? You become a witness to what is going on. Samajh kya? You become a sakshi. Let's say you live with your husband or your wife, as the case may be, and whatever spouse is doing something, you just tune them. You know the word tune them out? You all heard the word Aapne suna? Kabhi nahi suna? Tune them out? Oh. You know where you put on the switch, the tune come on, you take off the switch, the tune gone. So when your husband or your spouse, let us say, whether your spouse or your children or your brother, whoever it is, how you become detached? You have a little radio in your ear, and as soon as they make, you carry on with yourself, yes. Tune them out. And when you tune out your critics also, and you tune out, you become a very peaceful guy. Unfortunately, our ego will not allow us to use the radio in our ear. You know, my ear has 2 radios. A talk, a tune out. Oh, did you not hear me? Oh, yes. What did I say? I can't remember. Tune. Tune them out. This is what you develop in Navratri. Kasme wade pyar wafa sab. Kasme wade pyar wafa sab. Love, loyalty. These are all words. All words, nothing else. No one is dear to anyone. These relationships are all what? These relationships are all false. Awesome. but still you would not be able to escape. Eventually, your own blood will put fire upon you. When? You know when? They'll put fire upon you. The one who's flying in the sky, you'll get mixed up with the soil. You'll become one with the soil. That's what it becomes. Don't think that you're going to live forever. Oh, Gamasiya. So when I tell you about Navratri, I told you, Navratri, don't keep your mind in the cobbler's shop. Who came late? That's too bad for them. Don't keep your mind in the cobbler's shop. If it's 5 minutes, keep your mind on the divine. 5. Okay, 3. Okay, 2. Or 1 then. Half a minute. Do it half a minute today. Tomorrow you'll do it for 45 seconds. It does not come like that if you're not accustomed to it. And if you go for 15 minutes, you'll be bored to death. Go for 2 minutes or 1 minute. Keep that mind straight and think of nothing else. Mother, you are the one who has brought me to this world. Teach me to love you Teach me to love all. This is what you do in Navratri. Teach me to love all mankind. And teach me to emanate only positive thoughts. I have just 3 things to teach in Navratri. Simplicity. Not to become, don't be a simpleton. You got me? Practice simplicity. Don't practice compoundity. Simplicity. Be a simple person. Practice simplicity. Practice patience. I don't know that patience. I only know P-A-T-I-E-N-T-S. But I would love to practice P-A-T-I-E-N-C-E. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Real virtue. There's some sanstha, you kick them. You know what I tell you? Is your foot hurting you? Yes. Right here, this hip. See this hip out here. You think you got to kick anybody in Vishnu temple? My God. Practice simplicity. Practice patience. And practice compassion. These are the 3 greatest treasures. दया धर्म का मूल है और नरक मूल अभिमान तुलसी दया न छाड़े शपथ घट में
बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम
Repeat again the 3 things. Simplicity. I know it passes over, it has passed your head over your head already and has gone to the cobbler's shop. I know you will not remember next week. Next week you will not remember what I taught last week. What I taught last week was what? Health, contentment, and what else? And confidence. I taught that last week. I know you all have forgotten. I don't know why I bring these things. Why do I hurt my brain and bring all these things up on Sundays? Are you all forgetting me next week? You don't forget next week, you forget tomorrow. Because where is your mind? In the cobbler's shop. 3 things. Simplicity. If you can simplify, make life simple. You don't eat if you're a vegetarian, you don't eat more than 1 roti. As a matter of fact, roti is bad for you. Wheat is no good for you. You know that, eh? Everybody knows that. Wheat is no good. Rice is no good. Dal is no good. Aloo is no good. So what is good? Huh?
Raw vegetables.
Raw vegetables, that's my boy. Raw vegetables, that is what is good. But we don't want raw vegetables because we were brought up on dal makhani, saag paneer. We were brought up on that. Is that true? Roti, all this sort of thing. And those who are not vegetarians, they have their own menu and they enjoy. I was speaking to a very renowned fellow in business only on Friday. We had a meeting on Friday. I can't call his name. He was told by his doctor that he needed to have a bypass. He was young. Was in his early 50s. That he needed to have a bypass. And he asked his doctor, it was Dr. Bhattnagar, I don't know if you all remember that name. He used to work in Mississauga. And he said, can I go to India and come back? What are my chances of dying? So he said, your chances of dying are good just like where you are, or on the plane, or in India. How am I to know? Anyhow, he went to India, and there he practiced yoga for 2 hours, completely plant-based diet, not too much fat, not too much of oil, a little bit, not too much. And he got rid of his angina. You know angina, pain in your heart, he got rid of it. You'll be surprised. If you are lucky to have angina only, it means you can do it. But if you suddenly, if your heart crashes, then there's a different story altogether. I'm not saying all heart ailments can be cured like this, but if you do this type of thing, this discipline, and that is what Navratri is about. Navratri is about for us to energize ourselves. Let us become divine so that we can practice simplicity, patience, have a divine soul. You are divine. And the next slide I have to show you this morning, besides the simplicity, is be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize that there is nothing lacking in your life, nothing lacking in your life, the whole world is like a platter in your hand. But when you want and want and want and want and want, you're not what? Detached. Then we get very disturbed. We'll have one bhajan and then I'll talk a little about Pitri Paksh.
Durga hai meri maa, Ambe hai meri maa. 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 Bolo jai Mata di, jai ho. Jo bhi dar pe aaye, jai ho. वो खाली ना जाए, जय हो।
During this period of Pitri Paksh, it's incumbent upon all of us to do some puja to our departed relatives. In the mornings, you should get up, use some till with milk and water. I would like to stress to you all that although it is said that a son should do the job, if there's no son, a daughter can do it. The time had come for Tilanjali to be done to Dashrath. Lord Rama had forgotten that he was somewhere else. Mother Sita went into the river and did Tilanjali for her father-in-law, and he came and he received it with his own hands. So therefore, not because you are a lady, it means you can't do it. There are, of course, some just people who don't deviate from what is written. And listen, it is not written by God. Please remember this. These are man-made things. All these things are man-made. Puran and this say that when people die, you must give bed sheet and gold and cow and this. No. You know what is best thing for Shraddha? Best thing for Shraddha is when your parents are alive. That's the time to do Shraddha. When your parents are alive, then you do not have to do Shraddha when they die, but you should do. And that is why because they are looking for this. You give till in the morning, you feed. Many people are still feeding at the temple. They are joining and feeding, which is very good. They pay $20, $25, and they join together and they feed people, which is very good. Wherever we are, because there's something called Pitri Dosh, which we do not want to happen to anyone, where the Pitras are not very happy with us, because there are a lot of difficulties come in our lives then. So many people come to me and said, Padi Dubey, they call it Padi Dubey. I said, right, no problem. Can you open a book for me? You know what book means? Harry, you know what book means, right? Right. Open a book for me and see whether something is bothering me and do something for me. The best book is right here, right there. Don't bother yourself and go through all these stupid things in life. Concentrate upon what you have to do. When they go to a Pandit Bhoj, he tells them, you come to the temple, do Durga Puja. Or whatever, that's what he tells them. They don't like it. They think he doesn't want to do anything with it. But our people, especially those of us who are from the Berbice part of Guyana, they really believe in the thing. You know what's the thing? Those who are from Guyana know what I'm talking about. Right, Panditji? Is that a Pandit in the back there? No? They believe in the thing. You know what is the thing, Satya? Jadoo. Akhiya tere jadoo bare. That is the jadoo you must have. So, Piti Paksh, you have to do this. Give some till in your mind, talk to your ancestors. Then look what you have given me. You have given me this beautiful body. You have given me all this energy. Because of you, I've went to school, education, all because of your blessing. You are gone, but in my mind, you are gone, but you are not forgotten.
हम यादों के दीप जलाए और आंसू के दीप जलाए सांसों का हर तार पुकारे ये प्रेम नगर है दिल
So now, this morning, last week I talked to you all about SIBO. Anybody remember what SIBO is? What is SIBO? You were here last week, weren't you? You were here last week? Small intestine? Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Remember I told you that? Bhul gaya. How do you get it? How do you get small intestinal bacterial overgrowth? Yeah, because acid. Because your acidity in your stomach has been reduced. And as you get older, the production of acid is less and less. So you have to assist the stomach to get more acid. And that's why I prescribe to you all to drink apple cider vinegar. Has anyone tried it? Yeah. Is it working? I drink every day. Oh, you drink it before? Every day. Oh, every day. 2 years. Oh, is it? Are you feeling better since you're drinking it?
It helps with the joints too. I have pain.
I'd ask you all. I ask you, has it helped you?
Yeah.
That's all I want. I'm going to try. You're going to try? Okay. Those who belch a lot, it means your food is not digesting properly. There's not enough acid in the stomach. So there's something called IBS. What is it called? Irritable bowel syndrome. This happens especially when people get a bit money. When you ask them, what's wrong? Oh, I have IBS. Why you have IBS? Oh, I don't know. Too much money. I don't know why I said too much money? What is the real thing I'm talking about? What do they have? They have stress. There's nothing worse than stress. When you have stress, so many things happen to you. Doctors don't have a clue about stress. That is why we are having an Ayurvedic clinic here, so that you can learn that not this allopathic medicine is the best thing. Although you don't believe me, but I am a doctor. Do you all know that I'm a doctor? I'm a licensed doctor, by the way. I have a license. I'm not just a fly-by-night. Okay, forget about that. So how do you get IBS? You get IBS when the bowel is irritable. Can I show you the next slide? You see that? That's a large bowel. You see that little thing like a worm? That's your what? Anybody? What is that? Bowel. The starting of the large bowel, that little worm is there. What is that worm called? I've taken it a lot in my life. What is that? Appendix. That is your appendix. So you can see, it's a little worm there. If a little plug that appendix, it becomes obstructed and it becomes gangrenous. So that's your appendix. As you go up, it's called the ascending colon. You got an arrow? Show the ascending colon. The ascending colon, a lot of absorption takes place of bile acids and all these things. Mostly the watery part of this food is absorbed here. And this is what people have, what they call, well, don't worry the word. When your ascending colon is taken out because of cancer or other diseases, your digestive process is not as good. It takes a long time to get back to normal. And then it comes across there. See that thing? Show that thing across? Can you put the arrow across there? Yeah, I don't see the arrow. Yes, yeah. Okay. That is called, see that's transverse? It's called transverse colon. So when the food goes up there, as it passes the ascending colon, it starts to become more solid. Can you show the next slide? You see that big lump in there? In the transverse colon? That's where the food is become a solid and is becoming stool. You got it? When you have an irritable bowel, the ascending colon, the one that comes up at the bottom there, right? This one. Yeah, you're right. Comes up, it gets irritable and it starts fast contracting. And when it's doing that, the absorption of fluid is not as good as when it goes nicely with its own time. It's absorbed nicely, got stool, go to the rectum, and you pass that out. So when the bowel is irritable, it contracts quickly. So the absorption of the fluid is not as good as before. And then you get what? Diarrhea or soft stools frequently. So go back to the slide before. And what are the symptoms of? The symptoms of irritable bowel is abdominal pain and discomfort. And the abdominal pain is mostly in the lower part below your navel. When the pain is below your navel, it's usually your large bowel. When the pain is above your navel, it's the stomach and the small bowel. Generally. So abdominal pain and discomfort, bloating, gas, you pass lots of gas. But when you get more than anything, people with irritable bowel syndrome, what they have more than anything else is cramping. They cramp up a lot. Like how babies get colic because they cramp. The adults get cramping in the belly and they're totally uncomfortable. Next one, please. And so, you have another after that? I don't think so. Yeah. Let me see that. And how you manage this? You manage this with diet, and you eat a diet filled with fiber. Fiber, you must have lots of fiber in your diet. And what gives you fiber in your diet? The things that you do not want to eat. Always remember, the things you like to eat, not good for you. All the pera, the barfi, and the rasmalai, and gulab jamun, no good. But yogurt is good for you. But not the yogurt that is flavored with vanilla and what else? Strawberry. No. Plain yogurt. And our Indian people, from time immemorial, yogurt is the last thing they eat. You think our science is here today only? Thousands of years ago, they know they have to eat yogurt at the end of the meal. And this is mostly practiced in South India, or Gujarat also.
Very much.
But not in North India, right? North India, we don't do that too much. No. North India, we are influenced by the Gorelog who came. That's why we are so fair. Anyhow, yogurt, not the flavored yogurt, plain yogurt. Our mothers and our mothers used to make yogurt, fresh yogurt. Yeah, but such a fresh yogurt.
You can make it Instapot.
Huh?
Instapot you can make yogurt.
What?
Instapot.
But our parents used to make
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay, I'll tell you to come and preach one day how to make it. Yeah. Yogurt. So that's it. Manage your stress management. How you manage your stress? By doing meditation. By becoming detached. When you become unattached, you will surprise how your stress level will go right down to zero. But when you're attached to everybody, stress is the thing. There are some medications which can help us, but I would not bother with that now. So with irritable bowel syndrome, I just want you to remember, is the bowels get extremely fidgety, it doesn't contract quickly, absorption is less, it cramps you up, and it's always usually from the large bowel. Small bowel has other diseases, which I don't want to talk about, like Crohn's disease and so forth, which I won't bother you because that's not very popular among Indian people. Crohn's disease, Indian people do get it, but very few, not many, very few. And when the traveling along the large bowel is too slow, so it can be normal, it can be too fast, and it can be too slow. When it's too slow, then too much of absorption of water takes place, and that results in what? Constipation. Okay? So once you understand this is very important for us to know these factors, and then we are going to go to Gita Dhyana. Partaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam
Narayana Swayam
vyasena gratitan purana bodhinam
Madhye Mahabharatam
advaitamitavarshere bhagavate
Ashtadashadyayini
amba tvamadasangada
Gite Bhavadveshini
Namostute vyasa vishala buddhe
Pullarvindayad patra netra
Yena tvaya bharata taila purna
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa
Prapalla parijataya
Stotra Vetrikapalaye
Jnana buddhaya krishnaya
Gita Amritaduhe Namaha
Sarvopanishado gavo
Dugdha Gopalanandana
Partho vatsa sudhir bhukta
Dugdham Gitamritam Mahata
Vasudeva sutav deva
Kamsa Chanuramardanam
Devaki paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru
Bhishmadurata jayadata jala
Gandharnilotpala
Salyagrahavati kripena vahane
Karnena Velakula
Ashwattava vikarna ghora makara
Duryodhanavartini
Shrutirna kalupaldavairadadade
Kaivartaka Keshava
Parashadya vachasaroja mamalam
Gita Gandhotkatam
Nanakyada Achara Satpadayarahara
Pipiyamanam muda
Uyad Bharata Pankajav Kalibala
Pradvamsiyam shreyase
Bhukav Karoti Vachalam
Pangum langayate
Yat
girim
Kripa Tavahav Balde
Paramananda madhavam
Yam Brahma Varane Daruda Varuta
Stunvanti Digestive
Jai Saga Padakrabo Padashidayar
Gayantiyam samaga
Yana Vastidata Zagate Damarasa
Pashyantiyam yogino
Yasyaltavda Vidu Sura Suragara
Devaya tasmai namah.
This is a good prayer to do during Shraddha. As I tell you, there are 4 things you must do. You give water, you give food, you do shloka, or the Gita or whatever, you give dan. These are some of the things you must do during the time of Shraddha. Chapter 3, verse 3. Sri Bhagavad Vacha
Sri Bhagavan Vacha
Lokesmin Dvividadishta
Lokesmin vividhanishta
Pura Prokta Bhayanagha
Pura Prokta Maya Nagha
Jnana Yogena Sankhyana
Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam
Karma Yogena Yogina
Karma Yogena Yoginam
Sri Bhagavad Vacha Lokesmin Dvividhanishta Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyana Karma Yogena Yoginam. Bhagavan is telling Krishna that in all other religions, he didn't say this here, I am telling you this now. In all religions, there is one way, one book, one God. When you come to Hinduism now, many gods, 33 crore gods, many gods. The Westerner gets confused. He doesn't understand. Remember, I told you that our God is Brahman only. There's only one God. God only, Brahman. But there's all these gods are here. To what? To satisfy the taste of each and every individual. I like Kali, you like Shiva, he like Krishna, the other one like Rama, the other one like Ganapati, whatever the case may be. All these, Hinduism is telling you, all these are our gods which are a part of that Brahman. So when the Westerners see this, he gets utterly confused. Bhagavan Krishna is saying to Arjun that, oh Arjun, there are 2 classes of men. Lokesmin dvibidha nishtha. 2 classes of men. Pura prokta, and there are pura prokta. Formerly was said by me that although there are 2 separate type of people, there are one who can get to God by devotional worship, and other one who can get to God by doing good karma. Whichever one you want to choose, you may choose. Karma, devotional worship, meditation. So, if it suits you not to do bhakti, you don't like bhakti, you don't like satsang, you don't like meditation, you don't like listen to katha, okay, then I'll do good seva, I'll do good work. But when you do your good work, do not look for rewards. This is where the difference is. So this verse here, chapter 3, verse 3, is telling you that there are so many different ways, according to Hindu, you can apply yourself to gain spirituality and freedom. There's not one way. Because, for example, if you get khichdi every day, what will you say? No? You don't want it anymore. So this is where we have to know. You must know your Gita. We're supposed to have a Gita class here, which I'm hoping I'm going to start on maybe Sunday afternoon or something, a Gita class, where we all can come, and all of us can contribute, because it's very important. Very, very important that we should have it. Our children should know it. There's a Gita Mahotsav going on now. I was there yesterday. And they're having a big parade here to talk today. But unfortunately, if I may say so, I was at the Gita Mahotsav yesterday. It was just politics. All politics. This governor from Haryana, this governor from this place, this member of parliament, mayor. Instead of capitalizing on the people who are there and teach them about Gita, it became a political affair. And so the essence of Gita was lost, in my opinion. Maybe they are happy with it, but in my opinion, it was lost. Because I thought people would go there to get something. Because this Gita was told to Ralph Waldo Emerson by Macaulay from England at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. And he took a boat and went to England, Ralph Waldo Emerson. And there he said, I will live by the Gita. He was a great philosopher. You all have heard of Emerson, haven't you? No? Have you heard of Emerson? Yeah. Who you heard about? Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya you heard about. Right. But not Emerson. Anyhow, he was a great philosopher. So today we have to do Hanuman Chalisa because one of our devotees who passed away, she used to love to listen to her Hanuman Chalisa. She's the wife of Kumar. Rita was her name. And she's going to be cremated tomorrow. And I think there's visitation from what time?
6 to 9 tonight.
6 to 9 tonight at Lotus. Also at the same time, we dedicate this Hanuman Chalisa to the Mrs. Maraj, mother of Sita Parka and all the sisters and brothers, who is going to be cremated today at
Between 3 and
3 o'clock. Huh? 3 o'clock. 5, but 5. But the service at 3 o'clock, right? So we start.
हमारी राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारी राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान हमारी राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारी राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान निज मन मुकुर सुधार जो दायक बलचार सुमिरो पवन कुमार हरहु कलेश विकार हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। राम काज करने को आतुर राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई। अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। कवि को मिल गई सखी कहाते। राम मिलाए राजबल दीना। लंकेश्वर भई सब जग जाना। लीलो ताहि मधुर पर जानो। चल दिलांग गए अचल जनाहि। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हो तना क्या वीर भय सारे। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। तीनों लोक भागने कांपे। महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जपत निरंतर हनुमत पीरा। मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। असबर दीन जानकी माता। सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हनुमान से ही सर्व सुख करे। जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल बीरा। कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। छूटे ही बंदी महासुख होई। होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी शान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता
meditation. This meditation, all those people who prepare prasad for us, they are doing it in the memory of their ancestors. We ask, pray for their ancestors. But specifically today, we pray for our own Ramesh, who 5 years ago passed away. And every time we light the jot for Navratri, we remember him fondly. His Dhanapatri is here with us, Rani, and we ask that Bhagwan be kind to her, kind to Ramesh, wherever Ramesh is. And one day she can join up back with Ramesh and continue their long unity that they've had together. Prabhuji,
Prabhuji,
Daya Karo,
Daya Karo,
Mana mein
Mani mein
Aravaso.
Mani baso.
तुम बिना लागे सुना तुम
बिना लागे सुना
काली घट में प्रेम भरो
काली घट में प्रेम भरो
पूजा नहीं जानो
तंत्र मंत्र
पूजा नहीं जानो
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानो
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बहादुर
अब तो आकर बाहर धरो
प्रभु जी
ओ प्रभु जी
pranayams and we go to silence.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
धरा से पीड़ मिटाओ,
अमृत रस बरसाओ। ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति।
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
हर संताप हटाओ,
नारायण को हर्षाओ। ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति।
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापदे तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Rub your hands together. Put it over your face. Ask all that energy must come within you. Stay within you. Prepare you for Navratri, which starts next week, Monday. Monday morning, the first part on Monday morning at, where is it, Natraj? What time? Huh? 9 o'clock. And the evening puja starts at about 5:30 because you have Shiv Puja together with Durga Puja, 5:45 really, because people got to go to work. Ashtami falls on a Sunday, I think. And we are going to have the Havan in the afternoon at 4:30. So everybody can come and take part in the Havan, after which we'll come and do it side. So please remember that. Today's Priti Bhoj is sponsored by a group of temple devotees, as I mentioned earlier, and they are doing it for their departed relatives. Shraddha Sarvapitra Amavasya is on Sunday, Sunday coming is the last day of Shraddha. We are going to feed in a very big way. Please come and contribute towards this. Next. For Tarpan, please contact the Pandits, please. Next. Anything else? We have a Diwali Mela, which hopefully will have thousands of people, because you see the Rath there at the side? The Rath will be traveling from the metro station across High Tech Road, come across. We got police permission and everything already. The Rath is 25 feet, I think it is. So it will be a beautiful time. We'll have children's program. We'll have, what do you call it? Ferris wheel and whatever. And free food, etc., etc. So please come. We are going to have a show in the sky. Diwali in the sky. First time ever. First time ever in a temple. We'll have Diwali in the sky. We'll have a Diya in the sky. We'll have message Diwali Mela. We'll have Mother Lakshmi in the sky. We hope it will work out. We spent a lot of money. We have spent a lot of money to get that. We want to do it so that people can be proud to know that we can do this sort of thing, and then the grand fireworks. That will be about 7ish, when the place get dark. Navratri and Garba, Monday the 26th, as I said. We have our marathon. Is there anything you would like to add to this marathon this morning, Roy? Next week, okay. I think our marathon was over $100,000 now, so far. And we're now pushing for 150,000. Also, Rani has contributed quite a bit to the dialysis clinic, and we'll be naming one of the operating rooms in Guyana in Ramesh's name. Ramesh and Rani's name. The operating room in Guyana. We have two youths to say a few words. Come on. Come. Start where we want to start.
Yeah, right here.
Can you give another mic so we can... Oh. Can you start, boy?
Start.
Yeah?
Namaste, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Sneha, and I am a member of the Vishnu Mandir youth group. The youth of today are certainly the leaders of tomorrow. And so, the Vishnu Mandir youth group aims to work with the youth to create change within our communities.
Hey, wait a minute.
Being in an environment where the youth are given the opportunity to take initiatives while immersing themselves in our culture can truly help guide them to their full potential. Recently, we had our first monthly meeting to reestablish the youth group, and we are happy to announce that we'll be starting activities and events in full force. For instance, in the month of November, we'll be hosting a... Okay.
Go ahead.
In the month of November, we'll be hosting a career expo, which is a great opportunity for students to learn about various career pathways and also interact with professionals from the field for guidance.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Jan, and I am also a member of the Vishnu Mandir youth group. As a way of giving back to our community and to set the youth group in motion, we have decided to host a food drive. All the proceeds will be donated to the Richmond Hill Food Bank, a non-profit agency that aims to provide emergency food assistance to those in need in our community.
Jeez.
But you continue.
I can continue, okay. The donations, which are non-perishable food items, can be dropped off at the Vishnu Mandir Youth Group booth, located just outside the Mandir. For any individuals interested in taking part in the youth group, feel free to meet us at our booth. Here, you can sign up for the youth group and inquire about any questions or doubts. Thank you.
Very good.
You are the judge? Have a seat. You can sit on the chair if you can't sit on the ground. So you're a judge, you might not be able to sit on the ground. Oh, you're a judge. This is our judge, Sheila Ray, who is here with us. She came here to do her father's shroud. Can you imagine that? Our father, Shrad, she's a judge. It is Ontario Court? Yes. Ontario Court. So we'd like to welcome her. First time you're coming to our temple? First time you're coming to the temple? I was here 30 years ago. Oh, you were here 30 years ago. It has probably changed a little bit. It's changed quite a bit. Okay, good. That's good. So there were youths. We'll give a big round of applause. And maybe one day we'll get a judge to come and speak to the youths. If they where, Jan, you all gone? Oh, they're gone. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not today. Our coach? So we are going to close now with a slate. So we are just going to Shri Radhe Govind. Please remember what I tell you about Navratri. Navratri is not only fasting your body, but fast your minds. Most important. Fast your senses and fast your mind. There's no point you fasting the body and killing yourself, and your mind is in. Where is your mind? Your mind is in the cobbler's shop. For those who don't, who was here earlier, they would understand what that is. Your mind should not be in the cobbler's shop. Like the man was praying, but his mind was only about the shoes in the cobbler's shop. Your mind should not be in the cobbler's shop. And I told you, Navratri is a time to energize yourself. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Satsata. Energize yourself. It is not only a time to eat sweet meats and, because sweet meats are not good for you. Your body does not like sugar. You know what loves sugar? Cancer loves sugar. I told you all about PET scan. When you do a PET scan, they pick up the sugar molecules where it's concentrated, and then they know the cancer has spread there. Remember I told you all that? Remember the irritable bowel syndrome I told you about today? Stress, anxiety, these are the things. So, irritable bowel syndrome, only rich people get it. Poor people like judges and so, they get that. But poor people like doctors and so, they don't get it. Because they have to hustle for a living. You have no time for your bowel to be irritable. But all these rich people, they have nothing else to do, so what? Bowels get irritable. Okay, so stress factor is most important in irritable bowel syndrome. I told you about constipation and how the bowels, I told you all about that. I told you what to do. I remember what is SBIO? SIBO? Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Your small intestine is supposed to be sterile. But when the acidity is less in your stomach, bacteria takes over there, and you get things like what? H. I forget, H what? H. pylori. These are all doctors here. It's a medical school here we do. We run a medical school here. Yeah, they can tell, our devotees can tell you, if they remember what I told them. Okay, now we are going to do RT, and after RT, it was, what?
Yeah. Yeah, take the mic.
What?
Music class will start to
October. How many years?
Well, music classes will start 1st of October. I don't see anybody here who joined the class, but those who want to register can register. That's it? That's it, Bhagavad?
Music and tabla.
Huh?
Singing and tabla
What about the
classes.
dancing classes?
They have a dancing class.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So one funeral is at 3 o'clock today, and one visitation is at 6 o'clock. We are going to start for RT. After RT, please go downstairs for pretty much.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakti Jano ki sankat Jano ki sankat Shan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare
माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ देवः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्ति रिद्धि। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री महालक्ष्मी विष्णु जी भगवान की जय। श्री महालक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय। श्री महालक्ष्मी तिरुपति बालाजी भगवान की परम पितृस्वरूप जनार्दन वासुदेव भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव
शंभो
शंभो शिव शिव शिव।